Hello, hello, hello. OMG. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited that you are here. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I appreciate you. It's Jodi Dunn, and I'm coming at you with kind of a declutter this week, kind of a dining room makeover, and OMG, I'm getting some new floors. I'm so darn excited. So this big eyesore that has been here for quite some time now, I'm not going to have to look at anymore. I am so happy. If you are new and you just found me, I am so happy that you are here. Would you please say hello to me and let me know that you are new right down in the comments? I would love to welcome you to the channel and say hello back to you. So I'll link my very first dining room declutter down in the description box if you want to check it out. That was, oh my gosh, this room was such a terrible mess. It's kind of becoming a mess again. My china hutch has gotten overfilled, so I definitely need to figure out how I want to display my items. And with all the painting we've been doing in the house and the different room makeovers, a lot of things have gotten shoved into this room. And so it's getting cluttered, not nearly as bad as it used to be, but I'm going to go ahead and get rid of all these excess items today. And if you've been with me for a while, you know I've been talking about new floors. And, you know, everything has to happen in stages. We just didn't have the budget to do everything all at once, but the day has finally come where we are getting some new floors, and I'm so incredibly grateful and excited for this. So because this is one room that is getting new floors, we basically have to clear everything out of here that we can possibly clear out of here. So anything, of course, breakable, which would be all of my china, all of my high-end fancy wine glasses and all of those things. And kind of what had happened, well, not kind of, this is exactly what happened. As I've gone through and decluttered other areas of my house, because I decluttered my dining room fairly early on in my decluttering journey. And of course, as I started moving to other rooms, I found things, particularly in the basement when I decluttered that. That was a big, fat, huge mess. I found things that belonged in the dining room. And so I pretty much just kind of stacked them on the china hutch. And although I love my china hutch and I want it to display my beautiful items, I had way too much stuff up here. So not only am I working on clearing stuff off so they can come and do the floors, but I'm also going to declutter some things that are on here. For instance, these super adorable martini glasses that I really love. They're so darn cute. I need to let them go. I have literally never used them. And I don't drink martinis, so I don't know why I'm holding on to them. So I'm going to send those to donation. Decluttering is truly a balancing act because you have to decide what you want to keep and what you want to get rid of. And you can see my china hutch needs a good dusting. There is lots of dust on here. So anyways, I'm ready to let go of those martini glasses. They're so darn cute, and I really do love the way they look, but I've never used them, so I'm ready to let them go. And whenever you are cleaning or dusting, I know somebody's going to tell me this in the comments. You should always start from top to bottom because you're going to have dust that falls down, and I know this, but sometimes I forget it, and I forgot it on this day, and I started bottom to top, and the top was very dusty. So, whatever. It doesn't matter. It got a good dusting. Just do what you can do. I never stress about stuff like that. If I remember to clean from top to bottom, then I say yay for me. And if I don't remember to clean from top to bottom, I say yay for me because I cleaned it. So there you go. All right, now I just decluttered this portion of the basement. That was last week's video. Oh my gosh, that was a big one too. Here I go. I'm going to put a bunch of stuff down here. It kind of breaks my heart a little because the space looks so awesome. But, you know, this is just what you got to do. We're getting floors done in several rooms in the house, not in the basement. So a lot of stuff is going to be moved into the basement for now. And I know it will be temporary and we'll get everything back in its place after the floors have been installed. But until the installation is done, this is just where some things are going to have to go. And I have to say, I am so happy that I decluttered this side of the basement because my girls spent a lot of time down there watching TV, playing games, and all of that fun stuff while the floors were being installed. And I forgot this little room divider. I actually used to use it for filming. Instead of moving the camera for you, this is my eighth trip up and down the dang basement stairs. Oh, that is a good workout. I'm just doing shoddy camera work right now. I just took you right along with me instead of, you know, showing you me grabbing it, running it downstairs, running back upstairs to grab my camera, and then coming back downstairs and setting it up to show you me putting it here. I just did it all at once. So OMG. When I used to go to the gym, the stair machine, absolute hands down favorite exercise. I don't know what it is I love about stairs. I don't like running. I tried running. I don't like running. I have short little legs and I just don't enjoy it. Climbing the stairs I love. So I'm sweating. And it's kind of nostalgic. It's bringing me back to my gym days of climbing the dang stairs. Let me know what your favorite exercise is. Thomas, what are you doing? You're taking a nap? Oh, you're going to come and see me? Hi. Well, hello, Thomas. Hi. Hi, you good boy. Hi. Oh, yes, I love you. Yes, I love you. Oh, my Tom. He's always getting in the videos. Did you see his cutest little stub tail? I have people sometimes, I can't even remember what they're called, the cats that are born with the stub tail. Anyways, I have some people call him that. He's not. He was found on the street. He had a totally mangled tail. Some kind person took him to a vet and they had to remove his tail because it was so damaged. And then he sat in a foster or a shelter. I'm trying to think of what you call it. It was more like, I don't know. I think like a foster home. Before I found him, he was there for a dang year. And I'm so happy I've found my Tom because he fit right in and I love him so much. This piece of furniture right here, I adore. It is one of those like really old liquor cabinets. I love how it opens up and it's on wheels, so it's super easy to move around. When I did my very first declutter in this dining room, I had so many people suggest that I get rid of some of the furniture I have in here. I'm not. Like, I love all of the furniture that I have in this room. It's all of the really solid, older, some may even call it vintage furniture. And they just don't make them like this anymore. So I am definitely keeping that liquor cabinet. I got to take this dang fold-out table downstairs and I left the audio on because it's kind of long. I just like scooted it down the stairs so it's really noisy. On this day that I did that, Viv had a friend upstairs. I figured with all the noise I was making, they'd come down and check on me, wondering if something happened. They didn't. You can hear my big sigh here. Thomas, why when I move that out there, you got to jump up there? Pin and rear. pain in here. Oh, what? What, Thomas? I love you. He forced me to come lay on the couch. He really wanted to cuddle with me. How could I say no? I haven't even done that much yet, but I'm tired from walking up and down the dang stairs. So me and Tom, we're going to sit here and rest for a second. Aren't we, Thomas? Yes, we are. Oh, his purr. Oh, it could just put me right to sleep and calms me right down. So we laid there for about 20 minutes and I'm back up and moving. You know, I always do things in chunks of time and in multiple days. I knew this was going to be quite the project to handle, so I never try to take these on all at once. So some of the things I'm finding in the dining room just didn't belong in the dining room. Like I had wrapping paper in here, so I put it in the basement because that's where I keep my wrapping paper. Then I found these old pots and pans here that I didn't even realize were still there. So I'm putting these in my donation bag so that I can get these decluttered and sent to the donation center. And my husband just got home from work, so he is now helping me clear out some things because the floors are getting installed on Friday. I think I started filming on Wednesday, maybe. Anyways, they're getting installed on Friday in the dining room and the living room. So we got to clear out both of those rooms. And then they're coming back on Monday for the rest of the floors. So my grandfather clock broke and I was completely devastated. If y'all have grandfather clocks or if you've ever been around one, these suckers are heavy. I actually just tried to pick this up to move it and it fell, and look at it. Dented my table. Oh my gosh, but look what it did to it. I was getting ready to wind it one day and the weight just fell right down and crashed. Can you see the big hole? I believe you can see the big hole. I'm not really too worried about the big hole. I'm sure it can be fixed, but I gotta contact a company. There's not that many anymore. This fell down too with it. Oh, just totally broke my heart. You'll notice most of the furniture I have in my house is really old furniture. Oh, I was so upset when that big weight fell down on my grandfather clock because I love my grandfather clock. But I also love my dining room set. It was my great aunt's, my china hutch and the table, and it is well over 50 years old. It's probably even over 60 years old. And it's just so beautiful. I'm not interested in refinishing it or painting it. I just love it the way it is. So, I mean, honestly, the little nick I put in it trying to move that big weight, it just gives it a little more character than it already had. We are not moving any of the big furniture out of here because the company will do that. But I didn't want to leave anything like breakable because I don't know how careful they will be handling the furniture and things. So any of like these really nice vases that I got as wedding gifts, they're like crystal vases, I am taking out just in case. They're a little rough with moving this. I've got a couple of things in here. One thing is Grayson made in school. And then I've got this straight from Australia. One of my cousins had a foreign exchange student that gave me that.
So how are you going to carry that down? Mm-hmm.
Would that be easier maybe?
Let me pick up that end.
No,
you get underneath it, and then I'll come down here and get this end. Got it?
Okay, got it. Yep.
Are you going to be able to bend over and set this down?
I don't know. Hang on. Can we scooch it out like this? Let me set it.
I got it.
over. I don't think I have a good grip. Hang on. No, done.
Sure.
Where are we taking
Done.
it?
Probably the living room. I mean, it probably can go in the hallway, actually, but okay, that's better. Yeah, that's much better.
Don't trip on the trash bag.
Almost tripped on the carpet. My husband already scratched up the top here of the china hutch, moving that top upper part. So I didn't want to risk the people coming to do the floors doing that, so we moved that out. I'm giving you a view of what my house looks like with everything moved around. It is completely chaos. My family room is full. My kitchen is full. My foyer is full. Like, it's just got stuff everywhere. Let me know if you've ever had floors redone. Oh, it's a big pain in the butt moving everything around, and it looks horrible. Even my basement is kind of full. I did have a couple of TJ Maxx bags already down here, but a few more things I added. Oh, the whole house is just in complete chaos right now, but I know it's going to be so worth it. So if you've ever had floors redone, I know you totally get this. And if you've never had floors redone and you're thinking of it, I just wanted to give you the realistic view of how completely chaotic the house is going to be. I did have this DB Method machine up in my living room. I think we're going to leave it down here in the basement. Okay, if I don't do it now, then I won't do it. That's just the reality. So here we go. Let's load up the car with the donations and get them out of the house. Got one full garbage bag and a full box taken out of my house. Let's take a quick look. Our last look at the dining room as it is today with that big chunk of carpet missing. Let's take a look at my new floors. So in the dining room and the living room right across, we went with this luxury vinyl plank, and the floors are absolutely beautiful. I love them. Oh my gosh, it feels so good to have new floors. However, the company has to come back. They did a great job on the floors themselves. The trim work is horrendous. When I saw this, I was so completely upset. So they, of course, installed quarter round because this is a floating floor. So you wouldn't see the gap between the trim. And look at, they should have done a miter cut on the quarter round so that it looked flush with the cold air return. And of course, all of this still needs to be painted, so don't pay attention to that. I also paid for a transition strip that would meet, this is into my kitchen right now, that would cover the area from my kitchen into the dining room. And unfortunately, the height of both of the floors are so different once they pulled the carpet up that they said they could not use the transition strip, and so they placed a thing of quarter round there. That side wasn't even as bad as this side. This is going into my foyer, and it looks completely terrible. Oh, here's Tom.
Hello, Thomas.
I mean, can you see these? It looks so bad. I literally wanted to cry when I saw this. The amount of money we paid to have these new floors put in, and this is what this looks like. So I was here the whole time they were installing this floor, and Grayson had an emergency come up. She is my oldest daughter. She is pregnant, and she had to go to the hospital. So I had to call my husband to come home and be with the installers so that I could go to her house and watch EJ. He was actually taking a nap at the time, and Grayson is totally fine. She was having a lot of cramping, and her doctor wanted her to go to the hospital and get checked. So he was here for the last 30 minutes of this, And I was so mad when I saw this. They should have known once they were pulling up the carpet that it was going to be an issue, the heights of both of the floors, and they should have told me. And they waited until the very end when they were going to install the transition strip and told my husband that whoever installed the carpet did lazy carpentry work because they cut the trim to fit the carpet into the space, and that was the best they could do. So I have already called the company and told them how unhappy I was with the trim work done, and they are coming back. Actually, the day you see this video posted, they are coming back to take a look at what they can do, and they best fix it. OMG. And it made me laugh when my husband told me that the guy said it was lazy carpentry work, that they cut the trim to fit the carpet underneath the trim. And all I could think of was, you don't think this right here, what you just did, was lazy carpentry work? Because it looks terrible. Anyways, I got over being upset. I am so grateful to have these new floors. And one way or another, we will get those areas fixed up. So now we're going to get into the good and super fun stuff of getting this room redecorated and making it look like a beautiful dining room. So the first thing we did was switch some furniture around. I actually moved the china hutch to this wall right here that I'm on. And we had this little table here on, or this little shelf, whatever you want to call it. It's not a table. On another wall. We hated it. It just did not look right. So we put both of these pieces back to where they were originally. And what we did was we turned the dining room table, and what a humongous difference that little change made. And then one thing that always transforms a space is putting curtains in it. So my husband is hanging the curtain rod right now. I had 3 different conversations with him about where I wanted the curtain rods. And every single time he questioned me. He said, "Are you sure? That seems too high. I don't think that's going to look good." Finally, he did it for me. Oh my gosh, you already know the struggle I've had with that. And they look beautiful. And I just went with a very simple, sheer white curtain in here, and he hung it exactly where I wanted it. I'm so happy. And then if you saw my video from, I don't know, a few weeks ago, I had went to Hobby Lobby for the first time ever and felt like a dang kid in the candy store. So I've already been back a couple of times. And I have figured out that they rotate sales. I wanted a tree in this room, and you know, they're so darn expensive. So I found a week that they were 50% off. So I went and got this tree. It was $80, so I got it for $40, which I thought was so much better than the price I had paid for the one that I got in, that I put in the guest bedroom / grandkids bedroom. So happy. And I recently found a channel. I think her name is Jenna Pierce. And she showed a really great trick about faux trees. So I put a sheet in here that we're not using, and just kind of wrapped it inside so that the tree would stay fit. And I got some fake moss to put on top just to make it look a little bit more realistic. I ordered mine from Amazon, but I think you can get it at like Walmart and stuff. And I love the way it turned out. And I can't even remember now what kind of faux tree this is, but oh, I love it. It looks so darn pretty. But I also got a plant stand. So we're going to try the plant stand, and I'd love your opinion on if you like this tree here without the plant stand or with the plant stand. My friend Melanie had emailed me to tell me that there was 75% off all spring items. And although I wasn't able to find any of the awesome trees at my store that were 75% off, I did find a couple of plant stands. So that plant stand was normally $28, and I got it for $7 dang. So what do you think? Plant there with no stand or plant here on the stand. I'm going to leave it put for a couple of days to see what I think, but I'd love to hear your opinions. This is a very, very old fruit bowl that belonged to my grandmother, and I love it, and we don't use it for fruit. So I bought some fake flowers. I wanted to make a centerpiece for my dining room table, and I initially thought I was going to use this fruit bowl, but it just didn't work. So I grabbed one of my beautiful crystal vases that I got as a wedding gift so many years ago that I hardly ever use, and I thought, let me put this to use. So I'm just arranging a centerpiece here. I have never done this before with faux flowers. I'm not sure how I'm going to like it. You can cut these, but I don't want to cut any of them at this point because I just don't know if I'm going to keep it here or if I'll want to use these pieces in other places and want the longer stems. So I'm just folding them up and I'm just, putting them in, seeing what I like, seeing if I think it looks good and all of that. If you have any tips on arranging faux flowers, definitely drop them down below because like I said, this is my very first time ever doing these. And they were 50% off at Hobby Lobby. So I went a little crazy getting the plant, the pot that the plant is in, and these faux flowers. But as I've told you several times before, literally 2022 is the first time I have ever done any decorating. And so I don't really have things to shop from my house on some things, but like I remembered I had this downstairs. I've had this for years. It's a party light, I don't know, candle holder, but I just used it to put my face on top of. I'm not sure if I'll keep it there, but I thought I'll try it out. And now I'm telling my husband that I want to do a little teeny mini gallery wall on this wall. If you remember from my very first basement declutter where I decluttered the back room of my basement, I had all of those party light items and I told you I wasn't parting with any of them and that I would use them. I'm going to use a couple of them here today. So I really wanted to do a gallery wall, and there are so many different ways you can do a gallery wall. For me personally, in what I like best, I don't necessarily gravitate towards the gallery walls that are totally symmetrical with all of the same frames and all of that. I wanted something that looked very different from that. So again, this is just going to be a mini gallery wall where I'm going to put, I don't know, like maybe 8 or 9 items up here, and the most aesthetically pleasing look to me, again, totally personal preference. This may not be your personal preference, but for me is different frames. So maybe some wood, some silver, some white, different size photos, and definitely not having them all lined up symmetrical. So this turned out exactly how I wanted it to turn out. This picture that we are hanging right here, my grandmother painted many, many years ago. Everybody in my family says it's a little bit creepy. Which out of all my grandmother's pictures that she painted, this one is a little bit touch creepy, but I love the feel of it. I don't know, it just feels like something from the olden days, and I just absolutely adore it. So I am hanging it up in here. I have a couple of party light sconces that I've never used that I'm going to hang up in this gallery section as well. And I don't have any candles to put on them yet, but I'm thinking I'll get some thicker size pillar candles to hang up on here. Of course, I won't be burning those candles because that would be very dangerous. They'll just be for decoration. And I did order 2 4x6 frames that are vintage frames that won't be here in time for the video, but I am leaving space for those frames so that I can hang them up on this gallery wall as well. So big shout out to my husband because I had this vision and he helped me make it a reality. And this is how the gallery wall turned out. And I am so in love with it. I think it looks so pretty. And you can see it as soon as you walk into the dining room from the kitchen. So this picture right here is something that my painter actually did for me when she removed the wallpaper in this room and painted. That was the wallpaper that was up in here. And this is a beautiful picture of my grandmother in her younger days. I've got my party light sconce, and I have a space right above my grandmother for one of my 4x6 frames. And then this picture that my grandmother painted. And then the picture right next to that is a picture of my grandfather in his younger days. Again, with a space below it for my 4x6 frame and then my other sconce. Super duper happy with how it turned out. Donna Jean. And there was Donna Jean making her way into the video. I have decided that I'm going to spray paint this mirror just to spruce it up and give it a little bit different of a look. And of course, the urge hit me at dusk. So I'm out here real quick trying to get this spray painted before I lose the sunlight and can't see what the heck I am doing. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I would love to hear any projects that you are working on in your house. And now we are going to take our walk down memory lane. This is what the dining room looked like before I got in here. Got some stuff out of here that wasn't supposed to be in here, decluttered some stuff. We got the new floors, oh my gosh, and decorated everything. And if you made it all the way to the end, gosh, do I appreciate you so much. I put up a post on the community tab. I told you we'd be doing a giveaway in this video. I started posting on this channel in October of 2021, and we just recently hit 1 million views on the channel, which completely blows my mind. Like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for being here, for your support, for your likes, for your comments, for your kindness. And 1 million views is just a humongous milestone. So I want to give away $100. So I'm going to leave that up to your choice. It can be cash if you want to do, if you have Cash App or PayPal, or it could be a $100 Amazon gift card. So all you have to do to enter into the giveaway is make sure you are a subscriber, give the video a thumbs up, and then leave a comment. That will be your entry into the giveaway, and I will draw the winner next week. So thank you again so much for being here. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. So now that we've taken our walk down memory lane and seen what the dining room looked like, let's take a look at the after. I'm going to start with the floors because some of y'all might be confused, but also because, oh my gosh, it feels so nice to have new floors. Now, I've talked about several times on this channel that I am just not a neutral gal. I like color in my life, and gray is probably my least favorite color because it makes me feel But when the guy brought the samples of the floors to the house, my husband really loved this color of floor. And I've basically picked out everything in my entire house, so I was willing to compromise. The floors are beautiful. I may regret it later because when we do decide to do the kitchen and the foyer, I'm not going to pull this same color through my whole house. So I'm just going to have 2 rooms. But this is what the dining room looks like now. I cannot believe the huge difference it made just simply turning our dining room table the other way. And this corner has just got EJ's high chair. And while I have grandkids that need to be in high chairs, that's just how this corner is going to stay. And I left these walls blank for now. I may want to do something later, but right now I just wanted that a blank space. And I was thinking about getting a rug for the floor to put under the dining room table, but I don't think I'm going to. I was so happy to get rid of carpet in the dining room because, you know, it can get spills and things. And I know it's kind of a popular thing to put rugs everywhere on vinyl plank or hardwood. I just don't think I'm going to do it in this room. I am going to do it in my living room though, which is the exact same floor. I love how my China hutch turned out. It looks way less cluttered and displayed all the items I want. And this is the view of the room when you walk from the kitchen, which is where most people will walk from. I love my gallery wall. Oh, I just feel I love the way this room turned out. And oh boy, I need to clean that dang mirror. But the spray painting it black, I love it. I think it turned out absolutely beautiful and just added a little bit of color into the room. So again, thank you so much for spending this time with me. I really, truly do appreciate you. And again, this is the view of the dining room from the foyer. So you would see this if you walked into the front door. The dining room is right here, but we don't walk in through the front door. We come in through the garage, as do most of our guests. The only thing I don't like about this view is that you can't see my gallery wall. But this is the view most of us will see as we are walking into the dining room. And the lighting's a little off because the sun's coming in. But so very happy with how this turned out. So happy we moved the table. I was a little bit worried because when you add leaves, I was afraid it was going to be too long, but I think it'll be just fine. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'm going to see you again next week.